They would spill blood in this holy place.
Well, the gods spill more blood than the rest of us combined.
Welcome, everybody, to Rant Apocalypse Talks Game of Thrones. I'm Justin.
Hey, I'm Kelly, and together we're the world's greatest mother and son Game of Thrones talking duo.
And we're very excited to talk in this video about Season 6, Episode 2, Home. We're going to give you our top 5 moments from the episode. Before we get into that, what did you think overall about this magnificent episode? Because let's get real, it's fucking awesome.
Exactly. I completely agree with fucking awesome. I mean, it was too great.
I don't know what else to say about this episode. I guess because I'm not a total book wanker, I absolutely love this episode. I watch a lot of Game of Thrones videos and I read a lot of Game of Thrones reviews. And there's been a lot of people saying that they didn't really like this episode all that much, that the show has resorted to just doing things for shock value. I completely disagree.
Have they been watching the previous seasons?
I do agree with that. We've seen some things in the episodes before in the past seasons that were jaw-dropping moments. I think we're getting them now. Yes, they are coming in faster, succession, but I think that's just because they definitely are rapidly approaching the end of Game of Thrones, which I hate. I do hate that, but maybe they want to go out while they're still on top.
And as a viewer, obviously, it makes for some super compelling television, and I'd so much rather all this fast and furious wonderfulness comes at us instead of it just, when they drag it out, and you keep wishing it would go ahead and die.
Yes, I will agree that earlier seasons, they did build up. The episodes 8 through 10 usually had this super awesome crescendo of action and craziness that happened towards the back half of the seasons. But that's okay. We're getting a lot of amazing stuff in the front half of Season 6, and I'm absolutely loving it. So without further ado, I say we get into our top 5, and starting at number 5... heads popping everywhere. I absolutely love the wickedly awesome display of heads being demolished by first the wildling giant 1-1, and then the mountain zombie, which is basically reanimated Sir Gregor Clegane, that asshole from seasons past. Whenever he popped the head of that dude that was talking shit about Cersei, it was glorious, and I don't know whose idea it was to put heads popping twice in one episode, but thanks so much for that, because it was incredible.
And I'm not sure which one I liked better, really, but they were both awesome.
They were both incredible. I'm going to go with the wildling giant just because I hate the mountain zombie. That's going to be my pick.
Okay.
He scares me. Our number 4... in this week's episode is Bran's return, and Max von Sydow joins the show as the Three-Eyed Raven. This dude is an absolute legend. Everybody has seen this guy before. I mean, he is 87 years old. He's been
acting. Is he really?
Oh yeah, he's 87 years old. If you go back into his IMDb filmography, he has been acting since 1949, people.
Dang.
He was in movies such as The Exorcist. He was in Conan the Barbarian. He was Blofeld in Never Say Never Again. Dude is incredible. I'm so happy to have him on the show. Not only having him on the show, but I thought it was one of the craziest, most awesome scenes because we got a flashback scene, which was phenomenal. Lyanna Stark, Willis, young Ned, young Benjen. It was so awesome.
And it was just great to see Bran finally again. He has grown like a foot.
He has.
It's been 2 seasons basically? I mean, we saw him back in 4, I think was the last time, right?
Yeah, it's been quite some time since we've seen Bran. I don't know. I like his shaggy hair more than the short haircut. And who's been giving him these haircuts?
That's a good question.
Another thing that was really cool about this is because there's the huge theory R plus L equals J. And with seeing Lyanna Stark in this episode, and then also all the stuff that's been going on with Jon over the past couple of episodes dating back to last season, I'm beginning to think that there's some credence to that theory, so I'd love to hear your thoughts about it in the comments below.
I think I'm with you. I think it's becoming more and more likely that that's the case. And especially when you go back and you start thinking about that theory and then rewatch the old episodes, you're going, oh, yeah, okay, I see why he didn't ever commit to saying who Jon's mom was or telling Jon anything about her.
I completely agree. I hope that we get a Ned Stark flashback at some point. I know we're going to get more flashbacks in the coming episodes, so please, writers and producers and showrunners of Game of Thrones, I want Sean Bean back on the show at least once.
That would be so awesome. All right, our number 3 moment in the show was Tyrion taming the dragon. And we decided that actually sounds nasty.
Yeah, I believe that we coined a new phrase for beating off.
Yeah.
With just by mistake. And then I consulted Google to see if taming the dragon was actually already out there. I don't see it. We've got backstroke roulette, assault on a friendly weapon, beating the bishop.
I've never heard that one.
Bludgeon the beefsteak. Flogging your ship, polish the rocket. It just keeps on going. It goes and goes
Polishing
and goes.
the rocket?
Yes. Tap the turkey, tease the python, stroke your poker. But
now taming the dragon.
I'd like to officially claim our stake to Taming the Dragon, Rantpocalypse official.
It doesn't make us feel weird at all. Just
No.
just so you know. But no, I
not
thought
at
that
all.
moment when Tyrion was brave enough to go down into the dungeon and let the dragons loose. God, that whole story sounds dirty.
It does. I mean, and plus it's Tyrion. He drinks and he knows things.
Yes.
That's his motto to life. I drink and I know things, and I know that these dragons are super duper smart, and they're gonna let me go down there and let them loose. I saw some people complaining the fact that why would these dragons not at least show some kind of ferociousness or something towards Tyrion? Because we did see that they weren't too friendly with Dany at one point whenever she went down there because she was kind of feeling low. She's like, I'm gonna go see my dragons, gonna go hang out.
I thought she was going to get barbecued.
Yeah, it did. It looked like she was going to get barbecued. And when Tyrion goes down there, they kind of opened up to him.
They were like puppies.
Yeah, they were super friendly to Tyrion, which a lot of people are talking about. Is Tyrion a Lannister or a Targaryen? Thanks to Robin. This is basically the theory that goes behind is Tyrion maybe possibly a Targaryen, because the theory is that maybe he's the son of Joanna Lannister and Aerys Targaryen II, which would make him the half-brother to Dany. A lot of people say this because Joanna was a mistress to Aerys II before she was actually wed to Tywin Lannister, and Tywin was the hand to Aerys II. So lots of webs are being weaved there. I'm not going to say it wouldn't be cool, because if the R plus L equals J theory holds to be true, then this theory holds to be true, then that means Dany, Jon, and Tyrion are all related.
Which would be like the ultimate badass team.
And they would all each have a dragon.
Well, that'd be cool.
That would be super cool. I'm super excited about that. I can't wait to see more of Tyrion and the dragon.
Taming the dragon.
Yes.
All right, our number 2. I loved this moment, and to me, this was hard to decide if this was number 1 or number 2, but obviously it had to go number 2 because it's Ramsay is a bastard in more ways than one, and he's the new Warden of the North. He murders his dad. His dad comes to tell him he's got a new baby brother. The key word was brother. Big mistake. So Ramsay decided that he's going to put that knife right in Roos's gut. Then he goes on to kill his stepmom and his little baby brother, all within just a few minutes of each other. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, fuck him and double fuck the Karstocks.
Yes, fuck Ramsay.
And Ramsay deserves all of the evil punishment that is coming his way. I just hope that it's whatever punishment he gets is worthy of all of his crimes. Our number 1 just like what happened in this episode, we are predictable as well because our number one is Jon Snow is freaking alive. How could you not love this moment? It was incredible. The whole just being super tense, and they're dragging this scene out. Melisandre's washing his body off for about, it felt like it felt like 15 minutes of her washing his body off, but it had the ultimate payoff. They leave the room. Ghost suddenly wakes up, and then we see Jon Snow gasping for air. I loved it. It was so awesome. I can't believe we got it so early in the season, which I'm actually glad that they didn't continue to drag it out. I'm glad that they moved this plot line forward, because I think that the how wasn't all that important to me. It was what happens next with Jon Snow, and I'm really excited about this. The only thing that I question is, will Jon Snow be the same after he is reawakened? Because we saw from a character, his name was Beric Dondarrion. A lot of people won't remember him. I happened to just watch the episode where Ned tasked him with going to hunt down Sir Gregor Clegane and bring back Tywin Lannister to court to basically because Jaime had revolted against the king in season 1. Well, Beric was brought back to life multiple times from Thoros of Myr, but Beric lost parts of himself. He didn't remember a lot of things. He only really remembered his mission that he was tasked with. So do you think that Jon's gonna forget anything super important? Is he gonna forget Ygritte? Is he gonna forget the wildlings? Will he remember his main mission to take out the White Walkers and the Night's King?
Or will he lose some of his humanity? You know, because he's obviously this warm, very, very loyal person. Will this change him completely? And I'm terrified
God,
that
I hope
it will.
not. I need my Jon Snow super loyal and super awesome, but
I need him to be exactly like he was before he died.
Exactly. I want the same exact Jon Snow, no new things other than the fact that he might have a few more cuts and bruises. So it was still incredible. I don't care if it was predictable or not. I know a lot of people said they saw it coming. It didn't matter. It was still one of the most badass scenes in TV history. I freaking loved it. Jon Snow is the bestest.
I love that look in his eyes. He just had that, very much a look of surprise and shock. And so I cannot wait until next Sunday.
Well, that was our top 5 moments from this week's episode. We want to hear your favorite moments. So that little comment box that's down below, go down there, type some things up, put what you thought, put your favorite moments. We want to hear them. Let us know what you think is going to happen next in Game of Thrones Season 6, Episode 3. Thanks so much for watching our top 5 moments, and we will be back next week with more Game of Thrones.